Hello and welcome at Career Developers. Today we are going to learn a very important concept of representing numbers on number line. Today we have selectively taken a topic, that is representation of irrational numbers on number line. Without further ado, let's begin. First we need to draw a straight line. Now, in this straight line, we will divide equal sections. Means we have to take the same distance. Unit length has to be same. If we have taken 1 inch, it has to be all 1 inch. If we have taken 1 centimeter, it has to be all 1 centimeter. Mark it as 0 on this side. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, let's say 4 and 5. Because it's a number line, so you will have your number line. Let us understand how do we represent root 2 on number line. So the question will be, represent root 2 on number line. How do we do that? See, we know that root 2 is positive because there is no negative sign, and we have to find out where it will be on number line. See, 0 and 1, there are infinite number of dots and each dot is a number. So there are many rational and irrational numbers between 0 and 1, between 1 and 2, 2 and 3, likewise. So we have to represent root 2 on number line. How do we do that? Let's do. So what we take 0 to 1. This distance is 1 unit. Let's call it 1 unit distance. Now what we do, let's mark it with terms here as OA. Now this OA length is 1 unit. Now what we do, we draw a line which is perpendicular to this number line, and we consider it in such a manner that this length is also 1 unit. We have taken this as 1 unit. Now join this and let's name it as B. Now you can clearly see that there is a right angle triangle formed. So since this is right angle, the side opposite to 90 degree is called hypotenuse, and this is our triangle OAB. So by Pythagoras theorem, we can write in triangle OAB, the hypotenuse OB squared is equals to OA squared plus AB squared. Now we have OB equals to the square root of OA squared plus AB squared. Now let's put the values of OA and AB here. We have implies OB equals to, because that was 1 unit, let's put 1 as OA, and that was again 1 unit, so 1. So we got the value 1 plus 1 as root 2. So now by doing all this, we have come to know that this distance OB is root 2. So this length is root 2. Now to represent root 2 on number line, what we do, we take O as center and OB as the arc, and we cut a circle, we cut an arc through OB, and since it's cut cutting the number line here, we can write this point as root 2. So this is the point where root 2 lies on number line. Because OB is a radius, so OB length and this point, let's say this is P, then OP is also same being the radius, and that is how we got root 2 on number line. If we have to represent root 3, for example, then we have to repeat this process one more time. What we will do, from B we will draw a perpendicular of same 1 unit distance. We will join this, let's say this is, let me erase this, I hope that does not affect anything. So this is OC. We are representing root 3 on number line, this 2. So now you can see, if we have the triangle, I'll write here. Now we have the triangle. In triangle OBC, we have same Pythagoras theorem. We have OC squared is equals to OB squared plus BC squared. Implies OC is square root of, what is OB? OB we have just now calculated, root 2. So we can write OB as root 2 units. Root 2 units. So root 2 square, and BC is 1 unit. So we write it 1 square. Now this you can see root 2 square is 2, and this is 1. This is equals to root 3. So now we have got OC. Again we will take OC length is root 3. Considering O as center and OC as radius, we draw an arc. And now when we draw the arc, we get the value here. Let's say this value is root 3. And this is how we represent root 3 on number line. I hope this is clear to you. Let's look at how to represent root 5 on number line. Again, we will take the straight line. I hope it is straight enough to serve the purpose. We are representing root 5 on number line. So let's mark it as 0 and name it as O. Take the unit distance as 1. Let's name it as A. Another unit distance, let's it be 2, let it be 2 and name it as B. Take another unit distance as 3, name it as C. Take another unit distance 4, name it as D. And take another unit distance 5, name it as E. So how do we represent root 5? Since we know that square root of 4 is 2, so the root 5 number will be between 2 and 3 somewhere. So instead of taking 1 unit at a time, while in case of doing root 5 we take 2 units together. So let's take 2 units first, and we will do the same process. We will draw a line perpendicular on this, which will be of 1 unit. Take 1 unit here, join O and this, let's name it F. Now we have got a right angled triangle. Now what we will do, we will represent this right angled triangle here. Let's represent in triangle OBF. In triangle OBF, we have OB squared plus BF squared is equals to OF squared. So we can write, I just missed it in the beginning, so I wrote it there. So now we have OF is under root OB squared and BF squared. Now what is OB? OB is 2 units, so we can put it 2 square, and BF is, again we have taken it 1 unit, so we take it as 1 square. Now we get 2 as 4 and this is 1. So we got root 5. Now this root 5 units. So by this we have concluded here that OF distance is root 5. This distance is root 5. So if we have to represent root 5 on this line, we take OS center and OF as radius and we cut an arc. And we cut the arc like this and we got this point. This is root 5 on number line. If we have to find out root 6, we can repeat the process. Take 1 unit here. Join this, let's take it as G. So in triangle OFG, you can find OG squared is equals to OF squared plus FG squared. Implies OG is under root. What is OF? We have just calculated OF as root 5 units. So let's take square of root 5. Now this is again we have considered 1 unit, so it's 1 square. What do we get? We get root 5 square as 5 and 1 square as 1. We add them, we got it root 6. What it means? This is root 6. So this OG length is root 6. Again, taking OS center and OG as radius, we cut an arc like this and we get root 6. If we repeat the process, we can find out root 7. This is all about representing irrational numbers. You can try root 7, root 8 and root 10 on number lines by yourself. By repeating the process, if you have understood, you can do it easily. That's all. Thanks for watching. Keep learning.